Well, hello to Genesis Flow Automation. This is your go-to place for automation workflow and and automation setups for nonprofits, for churches, for authors, and for small businesses. I specialize in creating and helping nonprofits to be able to expand their reach and churches to be able to reach their audience and authors to be able to create workflows that will facilitate and make their work easier, and also help small businesses to create automation workflows that enhance their um, basically enhance their business so that they are able to focus on the important things of their business. Now, if you are new here, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like and share button if this is your first time so that you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. But my goal is to be able to help you. So in today's automation, we're actually going to be building something that is, I believe, a lot of nonprofits and churches actually struggle with. And today I want to be able to help you build a prayer request automation process. Basically, this will help like speed up the process of receiving your prayer request and having someone respond so that people are not waiting to know if did anybody even receive my message or anything. So we're going to be building a prayer or a request automation process that is going to be effective. So I'm excited. If you are ready, let's streamline your process real quick and let's look at the automation flow. First, we're going to, let's say someone goes to your Google form and submit a prayer request. When that person submit a prayer request, that response will get saved to a Google Sheet, and then basically that Google Sheet will get we will pull information from that Google Sheet. We will take that person's email and immediately like respond to them. So basically, you don't have to type anything. The system is doing everything for you, and this will basically speed up the response. It adds that element of like, wow, these people really care about me, right? Because most of the time when you go to a ministry and you fill out a form on the internet or on their website, it takes forever for them to get to you. And what this automation will do is immediately write an email and send it to them. And then it will go ahead and update the Google form for us to basically say, oh, we have responded to this person. And in the people, your entire prayer team will be there to be able to basically follow up with this person later. So before we go ahead, I want to cover the tools and the pricing for these things because I know this is one thing that most people don't understand. Building automation system is not free, and I know there are lots of ways out there. People will tell you, hey, you can do this for free, you can do this for free. But if you are serious about your nonprofit and you want people to take you serious for any business, you have to present a professional front. You have to present something professional, and that means you're going to have to spend money. So for a church, I believe this is possible that you can do this, and this is not expensive. Your budget will be very small. We're going to use make.com for the automation. It costs about $9. I would recommend that because it's pretty much it's nothing compared to a lot of automation systems out there. Make.com will basically give you a good result for your bucks. And I would recommend getting Google Workspace and OpenAI accounts. So these are prerequisites. You will need to set these accounts up. So you have to go to openai.com and create an account with them. And if you need help with this, I offer a consulting service. So you can contact me. My email will be at the end of this video, or you can visit my website and contact me on there. And if you need help setting this up for your church or your nonprofit, I will help you with this. But the Google Workspace, I love the standard because it gives you other opportunities. Like you have more storage, you have more access to other apps and everything you will have access to all of the apps in Google that will be able to uh, uh, um, basically help you with this process. And you also need to, by the way, you need to have a website because Google Workspace will require you to have a website. So if you don't have that, if you need help with that, I also provide that service for you. You can contact me and I'll be able to help build a website, build an automation system for you, and integrate that. So these are the major tools we're going to be using. OpenAI is a cost basis. So basically, you can put a $25 and probably just with email. If it's just for email, you can use that for the whole year. So that shouldn't cost you that much. So on a ballpark, you're looking at what, maybe under $50 to be able to build this automation system. So while we're at it, let's get built to building. All right, so this is the automation. Right now, it's not connected to the form because I wanted to be able to go through and walk through the process with you. So we're going to build the first phase of this project. And the first phase of the project is for us to be able to set up our Google Forms. So you already have your Google account and everything. All you have to do is go to forms.google.com. So if you type in here, forms.google.com, and once you're logged into your account, Google will give you you will be in the form place here. So we're going to go ahead and create a form. We're going to name this form query request, and we would just say here, we are glad that you reached out. Please fill about this our prayer get to you. So we want to collect the email. The next thing we want is we want their first name. So we'll say, oh, this is not multiple choice. We'll name our first field first name. And the option that we want for this is a short answer. The next field is going to be last name. And this is also going to be a short answer. The next field we want is their prayer request. QUEST. We want this to be a long paragraph. And we want their phone number so that we will be able to reach out to them. All right, something I will say to add to your form description is that the information that we collect is secured and VAT, and only our prayer the team can access your information. So it's a team leader, so that way it gives them that satisfaction that, hey, my information is not being wasted or so. So we are going to do this, and obviously we want to name our form here, prayer request form. And then we will go ahead and create a Google Sheet for this form because we want to link those two together, okay? So we want to create that Google Sheet. We're going to say sheets.google.com, and then we're going to go to new sheet. We'll name this prayer request response. And basically, we're just going to leave it like this because once we link it to the form, it will be automatically created. So I'll just say here underscore church name. Okay. And then we're going to go here to back to our request form. We're going to say responses. We will link it to a sheet, link it to an existing sheet. We want to select that, and we're going to select prayer request response. So it's always going to be the newest sheet that you just created today, and you can select that, insert, and when you go, automatically you will see the fields are populated. Now I want to add two more fields to this. The first one is going to be the message we will be sending from our automation. So basically the email content that was sent out. This is very important because we want the we want to keep record of what we're sending, what the automation system is sending out to people, so that in case somebody say, oh, hey, something happened, this and that, we can go back and reference that. Just a form of accountability. So we're gonna name this SSHE message from AUTOMANTLON, and then I want to add another field here that's going to be status. So the status is we're going to have a status for whether it's we have responded and if somebody has followed up. So basically this will allow our AI to be able to know, our automation system to be able to know, hey, should we respond? Should we send out an email to this person? So I'm going to, in order to create that option, we're gonna select this entire field, press Command on your Mac, or you can press Control, I believe it's on Windows, and then deselect the first tab, which is the header, and then go to Data and click Data Validation, and then add a rule. And in that rule, our first option will be New. So basically, this will say this is a new response that just came in. And then we will say option 2 is going to be responded. So that is when the automation system has sent out the email. The last one is going to be follow up needed. So let's say this person emails us back. We want to be able to like, after the prayer warrior has access to this form and they've prayed for this person, they can go in there and change it to follow up needed. So we're going to save that. So yes, we're going to save that. Hit done, and all of our rows should be populated. Okay, so we're going to say form response. We want to say this is going to be prayer. We want to name our form basically prayer request. See responses. And then we want to, just for our automation, we want to rename that form. We can go ahead and delete this form, this sheet right here, not the form. And now the good part is about to happen. We're gonna go into our automation. So step 1, we set up our form. Step 2, we set up the request. Now there's something before we want to go there. There's something I want us to check here in the settings. Number 1, we want the response that we're collected. You always want it to be like collect email address so that people can sign into this. Allow response editing. We don't want that off. Presentation, show progress bar. I love to show this just so like when people are filling the form, they can do. We don't want this because we will be handling that. Show link and response, but submit, disable all this. Now we want to go ahead and hit publish. When you hit publish, now we're going to say anyone in my organization can access this. So restricted view, we want to change this to your company or your organization, basically. Now, if you have people that are not part of your Google business accounts, like external emails, and you want them to have access to this, respond to view. Anyone in the group with a link can respond. Respond to view. Now we're going, if you want them to have access to it, what you can do is say anyone with this link can perform and edit this. But if you are an organization and you have all your people in your organization, you can just restrict it to this as far as like editor view, like we can see the editors and all of that. Okay, so we hit done. Now your form is ready. We hit publish. And the next thing I want to say is before we go ahead to the automation, we want to go to the responder link and click copy the link. We want to shorten, and we're going to copy that link and just save it somewhere for later. So for now, I'm going to open a Google Doc and I'm going to paste that in here. So we're going to save this for now. Just going to keep it here for now because we want to access it after to be able to send the form request. Now let's go to make.com. So we're going to go into make, and this is the request that we're going to do. I'm going to build this from scratch so that you can see how to create this in your make workflow. So I'll go ahead and select all of this. So that's and delete. And our first module here, by the way, I'm going to save this and we will go back. So you come here and hit create scenario. And our first scenario is going to be our Google Sheets. In the Google Sheets workflow, we want to hit watch new roles. The watch new roles is going to be able to give you an automation, like basically able to watch our spreadsheet that has the response that's coming from the form. So that's what we're going to do here. And you want to select the path. So initially what you will have to do is to add your login. So you will add your Google account. So you will log in directly to your Google account. So when you click sign in, it will take you to the Google sign in page. You can log in with your account and all of that. I've already done that, so I don't need to go ahead and do that. Once you log in, your automation will be set right away. We're going to cancel that, change this, and I'm going to do this one. And basically we want to search, our search method is going to be search by path, and we want to search our Google Drive because that's where the sheet will be. In the Google Drive, we want to search for the spreadsheet, so we're going to choose that spreadsheet, and we named our spreadsheet prayer request response, and then the church name. The sheet name that we want is prayer request sheet name. So all of the sheets that you have in that Google Sheets will be listed in there. Our table contains headers, yes, and the rows are from A to Z. The limit is the amount of data, the amount of email that we want to process from the form. So the amount of information. So we want one input. We want to limit the response that we're getting to one. And we're going to save that. And choose where to start. We're going to have to start from all. And now the next module is once we have the information from the Google Sheets, the next thing we want to do is to be able to create the email right away. So we will go ahead and select our model. We want our OpenAI model, which is already here. And we want to choose the create a completion prompt. This is the model that is going to help you to create the email for us. So we're going to select that. Now I already have my connection set up. So in the same way we set it up for Google Sheets, you want to also set it up the same way here. And select method. The select method, we're going to use the original, like the model GPT model. The model we want to use for this is, so this is not a complex tax. So you could either use, I recommend the 4.0, the latest system. As of this time, yes, we have 4.5 and 4.1, but they're expensive, so we don't want to use that. But for this tax, your 4.0 mini will be good because it's cheaper on the amount of tokens that you're using in OpenAI, and also it works for this simple automation. So we're going to choose that for this automation. And once that load here, we're going to say we want to add a message. The role is going to be user, and the text content is going to be basically the content that the instruction that we want it to perform. Now I have that instruction here already, so I would just go to that file and copy it. So this is the instruction we want for that. I will include it in the description here. I will leave a JSON file to it so that you can download this. Now this is the instruction, text file. This is the instruction. So what is it telling us? Like, you are a compassionate outreach assistant. Now it doesn't matter the role here. You can leave it on user, you can leave it on assistant. So we could choose assistant and just do that. That's fine as well. But user is fine also. Now, you are a compassionate outreach assistant writing a prayer request acknowledgement email. Your goal is to provide comfort and support to the requester while confirming that their prayer request has been received. Now, you could like include these points, like what we don't want in it. So a warm greeting that we want in there, what we want in the message, and then we also have like what information we want the model to use. So the first thing is we want the prayer request name, which is going to be coming from the Google Sheets. So we will select first name here for this. I want to select first name because when you're writing an email, you're not addressing like John Doe, but you address John in the email to let John know that. And we also need the prayer request that will be submitted because we need that. Now, the last part of this form here is how we want our email to be formatted. This is very important. This part is very important because if you don't have this part, your email might come out some kind of way and it might not be formatted well. So we're going to save that information. That's the second step. So first, what we're doing here, you can also rename these models. So instead of Google Sheets, we're going to say prayer requests responses. We're going to rename this email draft creator. And then once that email is sent, guess what we want to do? When that email is created, we want to go ahead and send the email. So we need Gmail for that, which we already have access to. And the module that we need here is to send an email. We want to send an email, and this is like we're sending the emails from this connection. So you are going to see that we're sending it to the recipient. Now, the recipient email we're going to get, you want to click in that field, and on the side here is going to pop up the responses that you're getting from each module that you've already entered. So we want to get the email of the person that submitted the request. That is what we want. Our subject, we can write a subject or just go to ChatGPT and get a subject from there. So we will say here, prayer request request receive we will our prayer team is praying with you. The content that we want is going to be the response that is coming from the GPT module. So we want to go down to choices. We want to select messages, and we actually want to do content. Content, this is what we want. We want the content from there. And we're going to save that. Our Gmail is ready. And then once we have saved this, the person sent the response, we created the email and sent out the email, And now we want to update our Google Sheet again. So we want to update a row. So we want to update that row and similar settings, but this time we will select the form. So prayer request responses, and we want to update a row. So we want to update that sheet. We want to update the row number that was called, and we want to update two rows. Number one, we want to update the message content that is coming from the messages here. This is what we want. And we want to update the status to be sent to RESP role and the responded. Remember, that's what we set it to. If the automation system responds, then we want the file to be updated to say it responded. So and click save. Hey, this is the automation system. Now we're going to try here. So we want to name this prayer request EST automation for church. And what I'm going to do now is go to our prayer form here. I'm going to open a different browser. I'm going to paste this in there, and we're going to test this out. So, okay, now automatically our email is selected, but I am going to do something here. I'm going to enter my email. So genesisflow.com. First name is Benedict. Last name is G. And a prayer request. I need prayer for business to hit its goal this month. Go beyond. Phone number is 555-555-455. Yeah, we just want to keep that in there. Now we're going to hit submit. Boom, our form has been submitted. So let's go ahead and try our automation. We're going to run this. Look at that. Look at that. It's generating that email. That email was sent and our form was created. Well, did we get the email? Well, we're going to see. Let's go to my email here. I'm going to check here for you. Look at that. We got the email, and there, Ben, thank you for reaching out to us with your prayer request. We have received your request regarding your business and the goals you are striving to achieve this month. Please know that our prayer team is lifting you up in our prayer, asking for strength and guidance as you work towards exceeding your goals. We believe in the power of prayer and that you will find the support you need during this time. If you need a further support or someone to talk to, feel free to reach out. We are here for you. May you be filled with encouragement and faith as you continue your journey. Remember, you're not alone. Look at that. Well, there you have it, my friends. This is how you build a automation autoresponder for your prayer request so that people can be able to just receive that notification right away and be able to say, hey, my church really loves me. They really care for our people. Imagine if this is a first-time visitor. They will love this because they got that response for us. So without further ado, for any other automations, for any other thing that you need, if you haven't subscribed yet and you find this beneficial, and if you need help with some automations and you need help building some complex automation systems, go ahead and reach out to me. I will leave my information down in the description. I will also leave the link to the GPT code here, message and instruction, and you can go ahead and download that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video.